Now, the fuel crisis may be largely over, with drivers no longer having to queue for hours to fill up their tanks, and most forecourts are now back to business. Earlier this week, the Army was brought in to help after tanker driver shortages led to panic buying. But supply chain issues are very, very far from over. I think we're going to be hearing an awful lot about these problems over the next few weeks and months, and particularly in the food and farming industry. There's a real issue in terms of getting pigs and chickens to slaughter, with some farmers claiming that they're going to have to kill their own animals, and that would take place on their farms, and that would truly be a dreadful thing, because under various regulations, that would mean that the carcasses could no longer go into the food chain. They'd be completely wasted. They wouldn't be fit for human consumption. And that issue is to do with both HGV driver shortages and labour shortages in abattoirs. Understandably, not many people want to work in abattoirs, and the pay is pretty bad for that awful type of work. So there is a building problem there. And it's not just pigs and chickens. There's also apparently a crisis with turkey farming. Kate Martin of the Traditional Farm Fresh Turkey Association, whatever that is, has talked of a national shortage of turkeys in supermarkets in the run-up to Christmas. There are going to be less turkeys on farms this year because the big processors, she says, know that they will not get them processed in the normal way. But it doesn't stop there. There are supply chain issues with all sorts of goods, leading to predictions of toys being not enough toys at Christmas, a shortage of bikes, sofas, electronic goods, you name it. Talking about how things might look in December, earlier this week, one retail analyst, Clive Black of Shore Capital, literally used the words nightmare, saying a lot of people on Christmas Day will be asking, what the hell is this? So these predictions of a nightmare Christmas, really? First of all, I do think if your Christmas joy depends on getting a particular type of turkey for lunch or the latest must-have toy for little Johnny, I would suggest you need to take a long, hard look and we really have a think about what Christmas is all about. Now, don't worry, I'm not about to deliver you a religious sermon on the meaning of Christmas, but really, there's not going to be no food in the shops and no toys, and surely a great Christmas isn't just about whether you can buy a particular brand of this or that, but about family and friends getting together. And at least we are in a very much better place than we were this time last year when Boris effectively cancelled Christmas. And I remember how difficult that was for my family and for every other family up and down the land. So, and by the way, I think it's worth pointing out that it's not just the UK that has these supply chain shortages and shortages of drivers. This is all over the place. France is short of as many as 40,000 to 50,000 HGV drivers. Not as bad as the UK, but still a real issue. And the unions there have blamed the demographics, saying that their driving fleet are also reaching retirement age and not happy with the wages. Very, very similar problems to the one we have here. And they've also got similar issues in Brussels. According to the Brussels Times this week, the supermarket chain Carrefour has been struggling to supply some of its shops in Belgium after a strike by one of the key logistics providers there. So a lot of difficulties, and there are a lot of vacancies for HGV drivers even in Belgium too. And also there are issues in America. So as much as many people would like to think this is all about Brexit, it isn't. Now, nobody is denying that these issues exist, and it is a very challenging environment for some businesses. But smart businesses are finding ways round these problems to ensure that their customers don't have a nightmare Christmas and, in fact, can look forward to a very happy one.